Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. We're in Rockford, Illinois at the American Motors Corporation Nationals, and I'm here with Mark. Mark, good to see you.
Pleasure to meet you.
What's your last name?
Melvin.
And Mark's got an interesting car that the president of the American Motors Club said, hey, you got to come on over and see this car. So if he says it, I should see it. Let me grab the camera as I usually do. And this car was recently featured with Jay Leno.
It's on Jay Leno's Garage, an episode.
That's pretty cool. And what kind of car do you have here? What year?
This is the 1968 American Motors AMX.
And there's something special about this one.
This car is unique for its history of the previous owner, who was Angela Dorian. She was awarded this car by Playboy as a grand prize for being named the 1968 Playmate of the Year.
Let's take a look at the car. Come on alongside me, Mark.
Let's see behind you.
Right there. And there we go. Now, the interesting thing about this car is you are the second owner. She's the only other owner, is that correct?
Yeah, she must have known this was a special car. She hung on to it for 42 years. And I came across it in 2010. It was being sold at a used car lot near the beach in Los Angeles, close to where I worked. I went down and checked it out the day after I got off work. It was still there. We made arrangements, signed a contract, and I came back that weekend, paid the balance of the cost, and had it trailered home.
Now, we're going to show people that it didn't look like this when you picked it up. It was quite different.
Well, it had...
to say the least. Let's, and this is important too, this is one of the original stickers.
Well, this is a sticker that evidently a dyno tune shop had put on the car when she took it in for repair and had it worked on. It's seen better days.
We're going to show why that's important, because obviously she's done some things with the car, and we're going to see that. Let's take a look at the trunk. We usually wouldn't, but we've got all the information back there on the car, so I figured let's put it in one spot. So first of all, we're going to move that over for just a second. I'm going to let people kind of meditate on this poster. And this is the special marking. Usually AMXs have a number connected to their car of how many were made, and this one's 36, 24, 35, which was, well, her measurements. Show us a little bit of the history. Let's see your book there. The Playmate AMX. So there she is.
This is the Playmate in 1968. She's being handed the keys to the car, the formal presentation. The gentleman in the picture, his name is Robert McNeely. He was the vice president of marketing for American Motors at the time.
And let's kind of move forward. Here she is. She's done some shows. There she is with on Hogan's Heroes. Batman.
I think 66. this was Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Batman. And these are just the sort of pictures I've found on the internet.
Of her.
She was on Gunsmoke. She was on McHale's Navy.
Then she had a little challenge.
3 months after I bought the car, she shot her husband. So he survived. So she's in prison, California State Prison right now for attempted involuntary manslaughter.
All right. A little blemish there. Now this isn't actually your car. Tell the story about this car for a second that she's there with.
Well, the car that was eventually given to her was still at the factory being prepared, being painted and such, but Playboy needed a picture of her in the car right now to go in the magazine for publication. So they grabbed a plain car off of a local dealership lot in Los Angeles, painted it pink for the day, did that photo shoot for Playboy for that picture.
And then there's the actual California vehicle information, and there's yours. And now here's why this is important that I showed you, because you see it here as she had the car paint color changed.
Right.
And then we've got the same mirror that she had, and on the car here, and of course the all-important, we'll show this when we get to the interior, the 6-digit dash placard. And now this is what the car originally looked like. Look at that.
That was the day I first saw the car.
Wow.
And I just got off work. I'm still in my work uniform.
Jeez. I'm going to kind of go through these a little faster because we know what the end result looks like.
Yeah. You can see that your shadow from your camera. Hi. We're from the what?
I go in my room. Over here.
And there's where Jay Leno's videoing the car in his studio. And then we're going to see the end result of the car. And there's, tell me about this trophy.
Well, a couple months ago, I entered the car in the La Jolla Concours d'Elegance car show. It's an area down near San Diego, California. And it was raining real heavy in the morning. I was almost just going to return and go home and just call it quits for the day.
Yeah.
But the sun came out. I pulled the car out of the trailer. It was on the show field. It got judged and ended up winning first place in class.
How'd you feel when you won first place?
Well, I was pretty amazed. And then just being concours shows, you're not just automatically accepted into them. You have to show some provenance with the car.
Yes.
They want to know what previous shows you've been to, what awards you've won, and then they'll think about allowing you in their shows. So it was a big thing just to be in the show, and then to end up winning first place.
That's amazing.
I was pleased.
Yeah.
But then on top of it, that picture, the gentleman in the middle is Jeff Teague.
Okay.
Jeff Teague is the son of Richard Teague, who designed this car. So Jeff Teague in the picture and his father, both car designers, he was there to judge. That's why he ended up being there, I believe. Then the girl in the picture right behind him is Dick Teague's granddaughter, Rachel, and in her hands is the trophy that she eventually handed to me.
That's pretty cool. All right, let's shut the trunk. Let's take a look at the back of the car. And there's the back of the car. And what did they call this color? They gave it a specific name.
This color was officially called Playmate Pink.
Playmate Pink.
And it's the same color that they put on all of the cars that Playboy gave their Playmates of the Year.
The all-important tag on the door. How long was the restoration, Mark?
The actual restoration took about 3 years.
3 years. It looks spectacular, and you were sharing with me everything on this car works. We've got the power brakes, American Motors, the weather eye, the tack, the tissue box, the 8-track with the Graduate, and maybe one of the most important things on the dashboard, there's the 36, 24, 35. That's great. All right, let's take a look under the hood, please.
I just want to add one more thing about this color,
Sure.
Playmate Pink.
Yeah.
Was that all the Playmates who received their car that was painted Playmate Pink, policemen would follow them home to get an autograph. Guys would follow them home for whatever reason, and every Playmate who received their pink car changed the color right away. This Playmate changed her color to brown. I believe probably the car was in an accident. She repainted it silver and then later black. So
it was an attention getter, but the wrong attention that they didn't want.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So what happened was, because of the color pink and the Playmates changing the color of their cars, Playboy, after 11 years, decided why bother painting them pink? We'll let the Playmates choose their color from now on. So of some 50 cars over the years, of which Playmates received, only the first 11 were pink, and this is number 5 of those 11.
Only 11. Interesting. Let's start her up while we got the engine open there. Sounds good. Let me get a little exhaust note. Nice rumble. Give it just a little gas, Mark. Sounds good. All right, let's shut her down. Come on out. One thing I didn't notice right off the bat, there's kind of an arrow type image there. Pretty cool. All right, let's shut the hood for a moment. get one last look at our pink AMX. Mark's there next to her.
Okay.
Mark, what a treat. Thanks for redoing this car all the way back to the way it originally was, and thanks for being on My Car Story.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.